which will be held on 3rd and 4th of March, which will be held on 3rd and 4th of March, Visakhapatnam. At the most beautiful city of destiny, Visakhapatnam. Rajiv Vayasar, Head Investments Promotions. I'm Andhra Pradesh Economic Development Board. Head Investments Promotions. And I'm your host today. Andhra Pradesh Economic Development Board. And I'm this particular industry meet is very special for a reason. This particular industry meet is Mumbai very special, being the hub of significant financial institutions. That Mumbai, like the RBI, being the hub of significant financial institutions, National like Stock Exchange of India, Bombay Stock Exchange. It is also the corporate headquarters of prominent. It is also and multinational the corporate companies. Headquarters of prominent under the guidance of our honorable chief minister, Shri Y.S. Jagan Mohan Reddy, under the guidance of our honorable chief minister, and the leadership of honorable Shri Y.S. Jagan Mohan Reddy of Industries, Shri and the leadership of honorable minister for finance and planning, Shri Bugna Rajendra Garu, and the honorable minister for finance and planning, administration, Bugna Rajendra Development, and the honorable minister for municipal administration and urban development. We are here today, Shri Adimulap Suresh as a delegation. We are here to present and narrate the growth story of Advantage Andhra Pradesh. To present and narrate the growth story of Advantage Andhra Pradesh new that is being unveiled in an ever new different way. We are also here to provide insights into what Andhra Pradesh as a state has to provide insights to the industry and investors community here, Andhra Pradesh, and why it is truly the #1 destination for growth and investments in India. While most of you know that Andhra Pradesh was ranked #1 in terms of ease of doing business, but I'm sure very few know the fact that we have been consistently ranked #1 for the last 3 years. With a 974 kilometers of longest coastline, 3 out of 11 industrial corridors passing through the state, and a very well-equipped and industry-ready skilled force with a conducive and industry-friendly policies and ecosystem, the state of Andhra Pradesh has its own advantage of being the ideal investment destination and thus rightfully derive its tagline, the Advantage Andhra Pradesh. While these are few of many compelling reasons we have, of course there are many in store for us. The government of Andhra Pradesh is conducting the prestigious Global Investor Summit with a focus on
many compelling reasons
sectors.
We have
the aerospace and defense, agri and food processing, automobile and electric vehicles, electronics and IT. And as we speak, let us all welcome the honorable ministers who have just entered the hall. Let's all welcome them. I'll invite you. And today we have none other than the secretaries and the department heads themselves to share the stupendous growth opportunities the state has and how your strengths can leverage the same and give us a shared success. Without much ado, let me invite Dr. Srijana Gumala IAS, who is VC and MD APIIC and CEO EDB and Director Industries, onto the stage, please. The CII being the partner with us, we also have the privilege of having their Vice Chairman. So let me now welcome Mr. Robin Banerjee, the Vice Chairman, CII Maharashtra State Council, and President and CEO, Caprihans India Limited. May I request Dr. Srijana ma'am to invite him with a bouquet. Yes. We now invite Shrimati K. Sunita IAS, the Principal Secretary, Handlooms and Textiles, Government of Andhra Pradesh, onto the stage, please. We also have among us the chairperson, Shrimati Punyasila Garu, APITC chairperson, to come onto the stage, please. We also have among us Shri Mettu Govinda Reddy Garu, Chairman APIC. He will join very soon. Now, may I request Mr. Robin Banerjee to invite the special guests of the day, the honorable ministers. To begin with, let me invite Shri Gudivada Amarnath Garu, Honorable Minister for Industries and Commerce, Infrastructure and Investment, IT, Government of Andhra Pradesh, onto the stage, please. May I also request Mr. Banerjee to extend warm welcomes to our Honorable Minister for Municipal Administration, Urban Development, Gram Ward Volunteers and Village Ward Secretariats, Shri Adimulap Suresh Garu, Government of Andhra Pradesh, onto the dais, please. And now, I invite Shri Bugna Rajendranath Garu, the Honorable Minister for Finance and Planning, Commercial Taxes, Legislative Affairs, Skill Development and Training, Government of Andhra Pradesh, onto the dais. Thank you very much. Now may I request Mr. Banerjee.
Welcome to the southern state of Andhra Pradesh.
Please, sir. Let's all welcome him with a good round of applause.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. So I must confess, I've hardly seen such full house
Andhra Pradesh,
when an
India's
investment summit takes place, and this is just a road show. Kahani abhi baki hai. So thank you so much. First of all, my hearty welcome to the Honorable Minister of Finance and Planning, Mr. Bugana Rajendranath, who is also the Minister for Commercial Taxes, Legislative Affairs, Skill Development and Training, Government of Andhra Pradesh. Welcome, Mr. Adimulap Suresh, Honorable Minister for Municipal Administration and Urban Development, Government of Andhra Pradesh. Welcome over here, sir. Mr. Gudivada Amarnath, Honorable Minister for Industries and Commerce, Infrastructure and Investment, IT, Government of Andhra Pradesh. Mr. Vanka Ravindranath, Chairman, APMSME, that is wonderful, Andhra Pradesh MSME, Chairman for that sector. Welcome, Madam Sunita. IS Principal Secretary on Handloom and Textile, Government of Andhra Pradesh. Dr. G. Srijana, IS Director of Industries, VC and MD, APIIC, CEO, Andhra Pradesh Economic Development Board, Government of Andhra Pradesh. Mr. L. Sridhar Reddy, CEO, Andhra Pradesh Food Processing Society, senior government officials, visitors, members, and all potential investors to Andhra Pradesh. Why should anyone invest in Andhra Pradesh? Why not somewhere else? I was wondering that what is it that we, the industrialists, look for when we think of where are we going to put up the next plant, where is it that we would put up our offices, where is it that I will have my locus standi to start in any business. The first, as an industrialist, sirs and ladies and gentlemen, we always look for, if I'm going to the government looking for a permission, can it come first and fast? Andhra Pradesh, rightly so, is now the #1 state in the country for 3 consecutive years in the matter of ease of doing business. Ladies and gentlemen, that is definitely, as industrialists, a music to our ears. Not only Andhra Pradesh has this tremendous foresight of helping the industrialists so that they don't suffer, but when we, the industrialists, go for any investment, there are 2 or 3 others issues which we look for. One, manpower. I have always noticed, and I've worked with Andhra Pradesh state quite a bit in the past. I've always noticed people are willing to work and people are willing to learn, and they're very intelligent. And I'm quite sure most of you will agree with me.
So
learn and they're very
power
intelligent.
is not a problem.
And I'm quite sure
Second,
most of you will agree with
Andhra
me.
Pradesh
So, and they're very
has a
intelligent.
host
It's not a
and host
problem.
of
I'm quite
opportunities.
sure
Second,
most of you will agree with
Andhra
me. So,
Pradesh
and they're very
has a
intelligent.
host
It's not a problem.
tourism,
I'm quite sure
be it
most of you
agriculture.
will agree with
You
me.
think
So,
of it, in
and
fact,
they're
today,
very intelligent.
tourism,
I'm
we
quite
believe
sure
that there'll be
agriculture,
host of presentations
think of
and
it,
sectorial
today,
presentations
tourism,
to
we
understand,
believe that
are we
there'll
going
be
to
host
put
of
presentations
presentations
in
and
sectorial
sectorial
plans, to understand,
and
are we going to put something else? That is a great advantage. So it's a sectorial advantage. Apart from, of course, that is a great advantage. Part of many advantages. Number 3, Andhra Pradesh has at least 6 ports and 4 of them coming up. Number 3, so at least 6 ports that have this advantage of having ports. And therefore, anything which you and I want to make, manufacture and store, and therefore, for international purposes, to my mind, this is one of the best stages for international purposes. Having said that, next week, Friday, Saturday, 3rd and 4th of March, Andhra Pradesh is holding the Global Investment Summit, 3rd and 4th show. And as I was saying, the roadshow has so much interest, what will happen in the roadshow. And imagine that's going to make an impression about having a roadshow. Imagine CII happens to be their partner in making it happen. CII will do everything possible to make it successful. No question about it. We are one phone call, one email away. Having said that, there is one more call. Apart from various things, I'm sure as we will go along the next 2 or 3 hours, I have noticed one thing, that there is a lovely thing of a village and ward level secretariat. Now, in the village and wards have secretariats and tries to solve the problem on the ground. That's a great advantage. Again, we as a businessman would love to have that such outreach in local government for sure. No question about it. And apart from the fact that there is a reason of doing business, also there is a way that would prevent redressal system. And also it works. So, with short words, and I can't think about it short words without the blessing of divinity. I can't think about it short words without Lord Ayappa, Lord Venkateshwar, Lord Tirupati, and I cannot even think of Andhra Pradesh without Lord Tirupati's blessings. I cannot even so I still remember that whenever there was a good there was a good happening or good investment or good progress in an organization, good happening, going to festival and good seek his blessings was progress in an organization always with common and popular, going to festival and good today. So having said these small words, I do wish the Andhra Pradesh team over here today a great meeting, and of course as we go along, I'm sure many questions which many of us have in ourselves will get many questions which many of us have in our, and wish you all the best for a wonderful will get many questions road for this industry. And yes, sir, as I said, CI is always with you. Road for this. And yes, sir, as I said, CI is always with you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Robin Banerjee, for setting the context right and perfect. for the prestigious Global Investor Summit that is going to happen in Visakhapatnam. We have chairs prestigious globally here, so request you all to please we have chairs occupy the same place. Here, so request you all to please we have the single desk portal with all approvals as deemed approved. With the single desk portal, abundant availability of land, power, water at a cost much lower than the nation's average, and specific focus on robust infrastructure and development along the industrial corridors makes Andhra Pradesh not only number one in terms of ease of doing business, but also number one in terms of reduced cost of business, and to further understand the different innovative and industry-friendly initiatives and policies being taken by the state government of Andhra Pradesh and the plethora of opportunities the state has got to offer. Please join me in welcoming Dr. Srijana Gumala IAS, Director Industries, Commerce and Export Promotion, Vice Chairperson and Managing Director, Andhra Pradesh Industrial Infrastructure Corporation, CEOs, Andhra Pradesh Economic Development Board, and also CEOs MSME Development Corporation. Let's all put our hands together and welcome Dr. Srijana Gumala IAS. Let's all put our hands together and welcome Dr. Srijana Gumala IAS. Let's all put our hands together and welcome Dr. Srijana
A
Gumala
very
IAS.
good morning to all of you. On behalf of the state of Andhra Pradesh, a very welcome all of you who've come in full force to support us and encourage us and be part of our growth journey. In full force today, I would take you through
నా పేరు శివశాంతియ్య నేను నెల్లూరు నుంచి అందరూ ఇంజనీరింగ్కి వెళ్తున్నారు ఏం చేయాలో తెలియదు
which will truly
నెల్లూరు నుంచి
enable us to fall ourselves the state where there is a lot of advantage, and as we are actually touting us to be advantage on advantage, abundance, prosperity, why do we have the audacity to state ourselves as that? I would really say that is not
Andhra
without
Pradesh.
state ourselves as that support of the facts and support of
Andhra
the
Pradesh.
certain certifications and awards that we've been getting. For some time you would understand at the end of the session today why do we call it there is an advantage for all of us to work with the state of Andhra Pradesh. So let me take you through a very short presentation. The industrial ecosystem of Andhra Pradesh, I would say, can be briefed in these few facts. I would say that this is a state which is growing at the rate of 11.43%. Which none other state is growing at the rate of 11.43%, which none other state is the highest in the country for a financial year, and with the second longest highest line next only to Gujarat, financial have a lot of inherent strength in us, which is 70% of the working age population, a demographic dividend, 8% contribution to the Indian exports. Number one in ease of doing business, not once, but consistently for a couple of years, especially for the last two editions. Number 4 ranking in the Sustainable Development Goals in the state, in the country. And the overall ranking of exports is number 5 in the country. So all this is possible, and if this ecosystem, if this ground is prepared, how many units would come, how many businesses would establish themselves in a state? The numbers speak for themselves. The numbers of Government of India are not, it is not declared by us, it is from the portal of Government of India, that in the last, from 2019 till now, we have about 111 large and mega units coming into our state with about 56,000 investment. And if you see the number of MSMEs, 1,52,000 MSMEs establishing in this last 2.5 years, 3 years time. So if the ecosystem and the landscape is built fertile for the industries and businesses to flourish. These are the numbers which would be reflective is what I wanted to put through this slide to you. I would take you, this slide shows about the snapshot and the product mix of the exports that we are doing. Since we are talking from the East Coast, I'm talking to the friends on the West Coast as to what is our product mix of the exports, especially about the minerals, about the marine products, about the spices, the drugs, the pharma. So all of them have been always our strengths, and we've been really working force to force to build them. I would proudly say once again in this forum that Andhra Pradesh is the only state where 3 out of the total 11 industrial corridors are crisscrossing the landscape of the state. You can see on this slide the Vizag-Chennai Industrial Corridor, the Chennai-Bangalore Industrial Corridor, the Hyderabad-Bangalore Industrial Corridor, all the 3 corridors along which the industrial parks have developed, industrial infrastructure is developed, the land is provided, the water is provided, the power is provided, and you would see in one of the presentations which will happen after me how the maritime infrastructure is provided all across the border of the state. So these, we are truly leveraging on the industrial infrastructures, industrial corridors that are passing through our states. Vizag-Chennai Industrial Corridor is in its advanced stage of development with the land acquired, with the infrastructure being provided, and I'm very confident to say within a couple of months these industrial nodes, as I've said in the previous slide, these industrial corridors have 10 nodes developing across all of them. And Vizag-Chennai is doing 2, while the other 2 corridors will be developing the rest of the nodes. So we have 10 major industrial nodes coming across all these industrial corridors with ready, built, ready to occupy infrastructure. All this is putting up to about 50,000 acres of land would be available in these corridors for allotment for the various industries and businesses who would want to work with the state of Andhra Pradesh. The industrial parks, I've just for your reference, I've a pictorial representation of how the land is spread all across the state and not concentrated to a few places. This is ensuring us that the infrastructure is spread out, the industries are spread out, the development is spread out, and there is equitable distribution of the prosperity which is coming through this. While we are talking about the robust infrastructure that we are building, we're not far behind on the policy. Ladies and gentlemen, I will want to take this attention to this slide. This is the industrial policy of 2020-2023, which is going to be concluded this month. But why I have put this slide for your reference here is this is touted to be one of the best policies available in the state, and the new policy which is coming up next week is going to be better than this. So it's just for your reference sake that if we are already having one of the good policies on hand, we are going to have better ones very soon. And when we're talking about a generic industrial policy, we are also taking care and catering to the specific needs of certain sunrise sectors and important emerging sectors. So in terms of retail parks, or in terms of logistics, in terms of exports or electronics or emerging technologies or pump storages, or so the various plethora of sectors that we are going to cover. We're not missing out on any of the sectors that would be sunrise and would be adding to our growth story. So all of them would be part of the all-encompassing umbrella industrial policy, which is going to come up quite soon, much before the summit as such. This are a few of the strengths and the opportunities that I'm going to provide. Just in a slide, I would really want to take your attention that I would see the strength and opportunities in these 8 pointers. A robust infrastructure that I have mentioned it already, the strong logistics infrastructure, the industry-ready workforce. The skill has always been a priority to the state, and in each of the parliamentary constituencies, a skill hub is going to come, which is going to be mapped to the industries available in the vicinity, and are going to have tailor-made courses designed for the use of the industry as well. So we have catered to the needs of the industry while we are designing the courses. The raw material availability, 48 minerals are available in the state of Andhra Pradesh, making it a rich state in terms of the raw material availability. the ease of doing business, which we have spoken about, low cost of business. The input cost for you to put up the business is much, much lower. The quality of water and power availability, the strategic location, topping it all is the conducive business environment supported by a strong governance is what I would see as the strengths of the state that we want to present it to you. And a few of the sectors that I wanted to bring to your attention, few of the sectors would be very briefly touched upon to you, the agro-food processing, the IT sector and the maritime sector and textile sector would be presented to you very briefly today. But in addition to them, we have chosen 14 sectors to showcase at the Global Investor Summit. And in addition to the 4 I've already mentioned, electronics, pharma, aerospace, defense, skill development, higher education, petroleum, petrochemicals, industrial logistics, MSME, automobiles, EVs are going to be, renewable energy are going to be our focus sectors, I would say. And while I take this opportunity to have introduced the state and the industrial landscape of the state to you, I invite all of you on behalf of the state government of Andhra Pradesh to the Global Investor Summit we are conducting on the 3rd and 4th of March in the city of destiny, Visakhapatnam. We see it ourselves as the future of the state. So in that beautiful city, we welcome you all to participate along with us for the Investor Summit. Apart from being only a summit, it is going to be a very great opportunity for having sectoral sessions. All the 14 sectors that are listed down here are going to be discussed in detail by experts and the industry leaders academically. And it is a good opportunity for all of us to have B2B and B2G meetings as well. We are facilitating that also as part of the Investor Summit. So I welcome you from here to be please participate in the summit, and if for any further information on any of the sectors or the policies or any departments or what is meant by the single desk portal, I would really like to mention that I didn't mention very brief in my presentation. The single desk portal, which is one of the major reasons for our first rank in ease of doing business, is touted to be the best in the country. While Rajiv had mentioned the 21 days clearance time that we would take for any application which comes to us, let me tell you very proudly again that my turnaround time in single desk portal clearances is only 12 days. So we've not even taken 21 days to clear. The average time, when we analyze all the applications that come to us, the average time is only 12 days. And this single desk portal is encompassing 23 departments covering 96 clearances. So I would really not see any other place that you would need to go, or rather physically. It is a portal, so you really can just log on to the portal, make an application, and you'll get a clearance well before your time. So thank you very much for this opportunity. I really look forward to seeing all of you in Vizag. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, ma'am, for those wonderful insights. And I'm sure the investors community is looking forward for the great policy that is soon going to be unveiled. At this point of time, we would like to recognize the presence of the APIC chairman, Shri Mettu Govind Reddy Garu, who has just joined us. Thank you very much. While most of you know that Andhra Pradesh is called the Annapurna of the country, being the second largest producer in terms of paddy, maize and groundnut, the state is also called as the fruit bowl of the nation, with highest producer of fruits such as mango, banana, papaya, and is also ranked number 1 in horticulture with products such as chilies, cocoa and lime. This makes the state the most exciting investment destination for secondary food processing units too. To further expose the greater opportunities the state has got, let me welcome Mr. Bharat from Andhra Pradesh Food Processing Society, who is the Chief Operating Officer of the same, to take us through the plethora of opportunities the state has got in food processing industry. Thank you very much.
कसं काय मुंबई चांगला आहात ना अँड वेलकम एव्हरीबडी टू आमची मुंबई तुमची मुंबई पण आमची पण Good morning, everybody, and respected dignitaries, and also the plethora of dignitaries who are sitting down. A very good morning to everybody. We come from a state which is called as the food bowl, or let's say the food hub of South India, and I'm proud to represent the spectacular state. Now, we just came here to invite you all to have an abundance there. We have a raw material abundance. We have a lot of things to do and food processing. So I'll just will not take much of time, but give a brief about what we wish to do, what we intend to do, and also why we came here to ask your help to come and invest in our state. Yeah. So we are the resource center of food processing, and we are number one in most of the sectors which represent the state. We are number one in aquaculture, we are number one in horticulture, we are also number one in most of the agricultural sectors. But we are also number one, most of the people will not know that we are also called as a chocolate state. Maybe, yeah. So we are number one in cocoa production. Most of the people, if you go to good, I would say that the Cadbury circle is actually there in Thane. But actually the Cadbury which is made, the entire cocoa, 70% of the cocoa comes from our state. That's from one district. That's the beauty of it. That's a connect we have between Andhra Pradesh and Mumbai, maybe. So we represent one of the largest cocoa production. 70% of the cocoa production happens in our state, and you can imagine the ample of opportunities which we have in the chocolate sector. We are also number two in agriculture. We are also called as a paddy bowl. Most of the rice industries which are located, we represent them. We are also number four in dairy industries. Most of the dairy industries also in our state. Now, with the vision of our Honorable Chief Minister, Vice Jagan Mohan Reddy garu, when we see this, I would say that हमारे इसमें सब जितने भी हैं यंग बंदे हैं. हमारा सीएम यंग बंदा है, हमारा मिनिस्टर यंग बंदे हैं, सब यंग बंदे हैं. तो उनकी जो आलोचनाएं हैं, उनकी जो थॉट प्रोसेस है, वो भी थोड़ा सा यंगिस्टिक रहेगा, थोड़ा फ्यूचरिस्टिक रहेगा. No, somebody is talking about artificial intelligence and we don't want to sit at our computer and say that copy paste कैसे करना है. नहीं, हम आर्टिफिशियल इंटेलिजेंस की बात करेंगे, हम वो सब कुछ करेंगे जो फ्यूचरिस्टिक हो. तो ये एक फ्यूचरिस्टिक सिनेरियो जो हमारे सीएम ने पहली बार इंट्रोड्यूस करें, एंड दिस इज द फर्स्ट टाइम वी आर एक्सपेरिमेंटिंग इन द फूड सेक्टर. मे बी इट इज कॉल्ड एज प्लग एंड प्ले टेक्नोलॉजी, विच वी हैव ऑलरेडी सीन इन आईटी सेक्टर. आईटी सेक्टर में क्या होता है कि बिल्डिंग किसी और का, टेबल किसी और का, डेस्क किसी और का, और प्लग स्टेशन किसी और का, सिर्फ कंप्यूटर अपना. तो उसी सेम चीज़ सिनेरियो को पुटअप करते हुए हमने एक यूनिक मॉडल बनाया है, जहाँ पे what will happen is the entire capital investment, the capex investment for the entire food industry will be done by government of Andhra Pradesh. And we will be giving those industries, 26 industries which we are planning up in different sectors. And these industries will come up at 26 locations which are parliamentary constituencies and which are based on the raw material availability. जहाँ पे रॉ मटेरियल अवेलेबल है, जैसे वेस्ट गोदावरी हमारे यहाँ, वहाँ पे चॉकलेट की जैसे कोकोआ प्रोडक्शन ज़्यादा है. सो वी हैव डिजाइंड इन सच अ वे द चॉकलेट इंडस्ट्री विल बी एंड कोकोआ प्रोडक्शन इंडस्ट्री विल बी पुट इन वेस्ट गोदावरी. So the entire capex investment of, let's say, 200 or 300 crores will be invested by government of Andhra Pradesh, and this industry will be given on a plug and play methodology for a lease period of 15 years and extension of another 5 years. Now, this is the first time we are doing this kind of plug and play methodology in the entire country, and this is the vision what we have today. So the investor has not to invest even a single penny onto it. We will put the entire investment of 3,600 crores, putting up 26 units across the state, and it will be given on a plug and play methodology. And already we have floated an RFP. We would invite you to please participate in that particular thing. बहुत सारे लोग बोलते हैं मिलेट करना है, आज के डेट में मिलेट्स बहुत लोग खा रहे हैं. Yeah, that's the thing right now which is going as a trend. And we have gone a step ahead to it. We said that why not put a millet industries? So we have planned and already floated 13 millet industries का ऑलरेडी हमने RFP फ्लोट किया है, जो इसी प्लग एंड प्ले टेक्नोलॉजी के ऊपर आधारित होगा. एंड दिस 13 food and millet industries will be handed over on an O&M basis, and we welcome you to please come and join us because we are one of the largest millet producer also. There is, again, this is just I said the RFPs have been floated for the various things, like there are 4 mega units which we are planning, which is into banana, fruit processing, spice. We are also one of the largest chili producer. So the spice processing unit and also integrated fruit units and secondary milk units and groundnut processing units. We have already floated an RFP for this particular thing, and we would encourage investors to please participate and get into the things. And also it's not like that. We would also say that we will not design anything on our own. You can put everything on a piece of paper, give us a proposal, and it will be all tailor-made for you. So, though it will be in the incentive sector, but if there is any idea and you want to put up in the food sector and you have an idea to it and you want to invest in the certain sectors, please send us a proposal, and we will try to match that particular thing or at least beat it. So that's a kind of lookout we are looking at, and it will be completely tailor-made for your needs and your perspectives. These are the food parks which will be, which we are concentrating at, and it starts from the northernmost tip of Andhra Pradesh and also to the southernmost tip. We are having the largest coastal lines in the country, usable coastal line. आपका नज़दीक में गुजरात है, but हमारे यहाँ usable coastal line सबसे ज़्यादा है. तो the plethora of opportunities in aqua sector and freshwater experts are also a lot in this particular thing. And जैसे बहुत सारे जो टेक्नोलॉजी है या कोई भी है, इट इज़ ऑल इंटरलिंक्ड. मोस्ट ऑफ द पीपल सिटिंग हियर विल ऑलवेज थिंक दैट हम यहाँ से आए हैं कि साउथ इंडिया में इडली अच्छा बनता है, बट भाई बहुत लोगों को नहीं पता है कि इडली हमारे यहाँ से नहीं है, इडली इंडोनेशिया का है. इडली हैज़ ओरिजिनेटेड फ्रॉम इंडोनेशिया. सो द सेम वे Mumbai is famous for a lot of ideas. Most of the people have copied the ideas from Mumbai. And the classic example is Dabbawala. बट एक आंध्रा बंदे ने क्या किया, उसको चोरी कर दिया. क्या किया, हमने स्विगी बना दिया. हमने डब्बा वाला का कॉन्सेप्ट ले लिया, चुरा लिया, आपको पता ही नहीं चला, और हमने स्विगी बना दिया. उसको टेक्नोलॉजी जोड़ दिया, हमने आर्टिफिशियल इंटेलिजेंस जोड़ दिया, और ये आंध्रा वाला का कमाल है. So I would request everybody to please come to our wonderful state. तुम्ही सगळ्या या आमची विशाखापट्टणममध्ये या, इन्व्हेस्ट करा, आणि ही आमची प्रार्थना आहे. थँक्यू व्हेरी मच. थँक्यू.
Thank you very much, Mr. Bharat. Even it's a revelation to me that idli is not from Andhra but from Indonesia. I've been proud about idli since my childhood, but okay. Chola Empire, correct. Thank you once again, Mr. Bharat, for such deep dive into the food processing sector, which definitely is not only the growing sectors and sectors of focus for the nation in terms of growth, production, consumption, and exports, but also one of the 13 key sectors for the state of Andhra Pradesh too. I'm sure you all agree with me that the entire civilization was always around ports. And history has repeatedly proven that trade and commerce activities are immensely active again around ports. No wonder that the nations with the busiest ports are among the wealthiest too. Our Honorable Chief Minister, Shri Jagan Mohan Reddy garu, strongly believes in port-led industrial and infrastructure development. And hence, 4 more ports are being added to the existing 6 ports to make Andhra Pradesh as a strong port-led and export-oriented economy. To further elaborate on the same, let me welcome Lieutenant Commander Shri Ravindranath Reddy garu, the Deputy CEO of AP Maritime Board, onto the stage. Let's all welcome him with a big round of applause.
Yeah. Respected dignitaries on the stage, honorable ministers, senior IAS officers, chairmen of various industrial corporations, and of course, Mr. Banerjee of the CII of Maharashtra, and my colleagues from the industry, the maritime sector, and probably other industries also, ladies and gentlemen. While we are on the subject of idli, I would like to tell you the route through which the technology of the idli would have come and gone from India or to India, whichever, must have been through the ports of India. We have a lot of maritime heritage, and the heritage of the eastern side or the southern side of India, southern part of India, is legendary. As someone in the audience was mentioning, and Madam Srijana was also mentioning, the Chola Empire had a lot of history on the maritime side, and a lot of culture and business had taken place via the maritime route. And therefore, I don't need to pursue on this angle to impress upon you the importance of ports. As Mr. Rajiv had mentioned, my government, led by the young and dynamic Honorable Chief Minister, young and dynamic ministers, we had put a lot of stress on port-led development. Ports are no more just a terminal or just a berth or just a facility for loading and unloading. Ports are fast becoming industrial complexes on their own. You go to Rotterdam, you go to Antwerp, you go anywhere. The port encompasses a major area in which a lot of industries which are port-based and which can leverage the facility of the port for reducing their logistic costs do come up within the vicinity of the port. Taking that cue, our government, with a visionary view of developing our state, which after bifurcation with Telangana has become primarily an agrarian state, we wanted to speed up the process of industrialization, and therefore we are stressing on the concept of port-led industry. Each of our ports, the older ones and the new ones, do have a large parcels of land attached to them in the core port area, as well as in and around the port, ranging from 5,000 to 10,000 acres, which is ready to be allotted for industries, for port-led industries. Added to that, we have a large corporation called AP Industrial Infrastructure Corporation, of which the chairman and the managing director are right here, and the minister, of course. We have large swaths of land allocated, waiting to be allotted for industries. And all of them will be connected to the ports by the fastest means. All our ports are well connected to both the roads, railways, and we also are developing a third method of evacuation through inland waterways. So, along with that, I would like to tell you that the number of ports on the coast of Andhra Pradesh is one of the highest in the country, if not the highest. We already have 4 major ports, I can call them, though technically a major port is one run by the union government, that is Visakhapatnam. We have 3 deep water ports, one at Krishnapatnam, one at Kakinada, and one at Gangavaram, which is next to Visakhapatnam. All of them operating with deep water ports. Yeah, you can see the coastline where the ports are located. You can get a perspective of the area around which the influence of the port or the benefit of the port can be taken. Now, along with this, the government of Andhra Pradesh has taken a very bold decision to start constructing 3 more ports from the government side and 1 port on the private sector. These ports, basically any of my friends from the maritime sector would be interested in the specifications of the port, and especially the depth part of it, because it has become very crucial for any port to be effective that it has deep draft. It can operate deep draft vessels. The paradigm of marine logistics and shipping is shifting towards deep draft. It has always been shifting, but it is now imperative that any port which is worth its salt has to have certain amount of depth. And as we were discussing in Mumbai a few weeks ago in an Infrastructure India conference, the members of the maritime industry were deploring the fact that the average depth available in India, all pan-India, is about 13 meters. But as you can see from the table there, most of our ports are above 16 and some of them are up to 18 meters. And therefore, this gives an opportunity for any of you who are into the maritime sector, who would like to reduce their logistic cost and operate their trade through large vessels. The ports of Andhra Pradesh will welcome you. Now, rest of the details are already there, along with the land available, etc., etc. I would not run you through and read through the whole thing. You can always contact me. I'm available after this. We can discuss further on this. I don't have to mention, you don't teach a businessman how to do his business, right? I won't go to the other proverb. Then, as all of you are businessmen and Mumbai is the center, epicenter of Indian business, you all know what businesses can come up near a port or what businesses can be enabled by a port. However, I just briefly, in a short slide, I have put up all the benefits that you can accrue from the ports which are available in Andhra Pradesh. So any of you connected to any of this sector can please think about establishing this port-based industry here in Andhra Pradesh. Along with the ports, let me also tell you, we are developing 9 new fishing harbors, and all of them with a draft of up to 3.5 to 4 meters, which can enable them to use coastal shipping. And again, along with the fishing harbors, there is a land parcel attached to most of them for integrated sea or other food processing units. So there is an opportunity for you people who are in the aquatic sector, aqua sector, processing sector. Please approach us for this too. Then, and the last one is about the various benefits you are going to get out of the fishing harbors and etc. Now, I'll briefly touch upon in a minute why you should be coming to Andhra Pradesh along with what I have explained to you. Now, one important thing I would like to point out to all the businessmen, I don't have to tell you, the world is looking to east these days. And India has always been looking east. Because of the changing geopolitical situations, east has become very important. So if India is looking east and you want to look east, gentlemen and ladies, I would like to tell you there is no better vantage point to look east other than the Andhra Pradesh coast. Please do come to Andhra Pradesh coast and we welcome you with open arms. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir. In fact, I would call this as a deadly combination. You have raw materials and food processing on one hand, and that is further fueled up by a well-connected and rightly developed infrastructure around the coast, as mentioned by Sri Ravindra Reddy Garu. No wonder the state has bagged the Outstanding Contributor Award in Port-led Infrastructure Projects ET 2022 for the kind of efforts that are being taken. The state of Andhra Pradesh produces maximum number of engineers, and 25% of IT workforce and Indians in the US are from Telugu-speaking community. Apart from such talented workforce, the state is also a well-integrated place with 4 manufacturing clusters and a complete value chain rightly integrated. With 3.5 million phones produced every month, that translate to 1 mobile phone every second, comes from the state of Andhra Pradesh. And the state also contributes to 10% of national electronics production and 5% of national electronics exports. The state of Andhra Pradesh is the best investment hub for IT and electronics. electronics and IT sector, which continues to transform lives, businesses, and economies across the globe, continues to be the focus sector of the government too. To further take us deep into and show us the plethora of opportunities that exist in this particular sector, may I now invite Mr. Kiran Kumar Reddy, who is the CEO of Apita, to the stage and share us and take us through that journey. Let's all welcome him with a big round of applause.
Very good morning and welcome you all on behalf of State of Andhra Pradesh. First of all, the respected dignitaries, honorable ministers, honorable secretaries, chairmen, CEOs, MDs, and all intellectuals and the investors on the dais and off the dais. We are here and so far we have covered different sectors how best AP is and also one of the good sector for AP is IT and electronics, right? So as Rajiv already mentioned that more than 25% of IT force in US is from state of Andhra Pradesh. So that may be in different levels software engineers, architects, product developers, stuff like that, right? And entrepreneurs as well. So see, in the state of Andhra Pradesh, we do have very, very strong policies dedicated to IT, dedicated to data centers, dedicated to electronics, semiconductors, stuff like that, even cloud technology, right? So one important thing I wanted to specify here is in the state of Andhra Pradesh, especially due to COVID, so most of the software engineers, IT professionals, so they came back to their hometown and they are doing they're doing work from home and work from hometown, right? So the workforce currently in Andhra Pradesh is it's really high density. So people who are thinking to start your facilities, your businesses related to technology in Andhra Pradesh, so you have good opportunity of talent pool. So it is very easy to do the talent acquisition with high quality people, high experienced people, and also we do have very strong universities, institutes like IIT, Triple IT, IIDT, ISER, stuff like that, right? So we do have special institutes, we have a corporation called Skill Development Corporation, and especially for technology we do have AP ITA. So it is AP IT Academy. So whatever the advanced courses comes into the industry, so we are here to train the people, make the people ready to face industry, right? So this is the greatest opportunity from the state of Andhra Pradesh. You have very good high qualified talent pool available, and we do have very good infrastructure. So we have, with the vision of our Honorable Chief Minister, Sri Jagan Mohan Reddy garu, so we've been asked to develop the state in the balanced and equally, right from up north to south, both southeast and southwest, right? So that's why we do have, concept cities. Okay, we do have concept cities up north like Vizag, Visakhapatnam, and also Tirupati down in the south, and also one in Anantapur region, right? So there is a strategical reason on the reason for that. One is so up north, definitely it's a metropolitan city. The IT presence is already there in Vizag. So you could see, the major players like, here we displayed like, HCL, Tech Mahindra, WNS Global, Patra, different, MNCs and, large sector, domestic companies presence there in the city of Visakhapatnam. Also, we are coming up with the dedicated data center park, in the city of Visakhapatnam. Please do consider that. So we are coming up with the right infrastructure which is suitable for data centers and cloud sourcing facilities. So when it comes to Tirupati, strategically it is very closely located to cities like Chennai and Bangalore. So especially in IT sector, right? If one of the spouse is working in Tirupati, if other one is working in either in Chennai or in Bangalore, it is very easy to commute. It's hardly with the new infrastructure, road infrastructure. So within 2.5 hours you can reach Tirupati either from Chennai or from Bangalore. This is more convenient. Please do think about that. And when it comes to another zone, Anantapur region, so we have Tekaludu as the place which we are considering it for the future parks, so which is very close to Bangalore. So that is also strategically very, very important because most of the companies who are there in Bangalore, if they wanted to expand and towards Andhra, right, that might be the entry point. So which is very close to Bangalore, and if you want to expand and start up your facility over there, so it's easy to commute and it is easy to mobilize your workforce to that location, right? So when it comes to the policy matter, right? So as I mentioned, we have multiple policies dedicated to each and every subsectors, right? So one of the important policies is IT sector. So we are supporting up to employment incentives. So 10% to the general category, and we do have special categories for the minorities like SC, ST, BC, women, women empowerment companies. So and also we do support work from home. The candidate who is doing work from home. So we do support in their initial office setup, up to 20,000 rupees per candidate. We do support, and we are supporting in boosting the gig economy. We support 50% of their cost up to the max of 20,000 rupees. And also we do encourage the certification programs. That is what it shows that the talent of the candidate, the training programs, right? What we do. So we do support and reimburse the 50% of whatever the certification cost is, right? And we have power tariff incentive, which is very good because most of the IT sector they set up their offices in the commercial zone, but we wanted to try to bring that one to industrial zone, so that's why we do support power tariff incentive on that. And also the transportation facility, we have 500 rupees per employee for 200 employees per organization, we can support on that one as well. So these are the eligibility criteria. We have segregated to the regular IT firms, if the people who are into IT park development or IT complex development, we do have separate policies and points for those people. We can detailedly explain, we are here, our staff members are here, we can explain you about each and every policy. So these are the, I just quickly want to tell about the upcoming parks. One is the Bhogapuram, it is closest to Visakhapatnam. So we've been told to develop this park with the international standards, and it is very close to Bhogapuram airport. And next one is in Pallam. This is close to Tirupati area. So this is also very well connected. There is a good road connectivity, air connectivity is available. So this is also one of the upcoming IT park. We are coming up with the 100 acres of land in the first phase. So we do have another mini IT park which is being developed by Tuda. It is also very close to Tirupati city, and it is in Tirupati and Chennai highway. So there is another upcoming park, Tekaludu, which I already talked about, close to Bangalore. Strategically it is important park for us. So Kapalabanda is another thing which is in Satyasai district. This is also like, we are considering it for like, either drones or like, IT peripheral manufacturing companies. So when it comes to electronics, so it's already been told, AP is the only state currently which has 4 EMCs, electronic manufacturing clusters. So we're proud to say, and also we are planning to bring up more EMCs in the state of Andhra Pradesh. So we have very big player presence in the electronic sector already in the state of Andhra Pradesh. So we have, medtech in Vizag. So defense electronics in Anantapur. We have Sri City, 1 EMC in Sri City, EMC 1 and EMC 2 in Tirupati, and YSR EMC is in Kadapa district. So we do have separate policy for electronics, and this is how we support, we support in terms of stamp duty, we support in terms of capital subsidy, we support in terms of, power subsidy, and also we segregated, the industry into, Zone A and Zone B. So whomever fall under Zone A, so these are the major incentives we are providing. And if it is in Zone B, like YSR, EMC and all, you do get additional subsidies. And we do have strong PLI policy in YSR, EMC. So this is how it's been laid out. So this is the layout, EMC 1 in Tirupati. So most of the lots are already been sold and occupied. Hardly we have only 15 acres of land. And we do have, these are the key players currently in EMC 1. And we do have EMC 2 back there in Tirupati. The good part with these EMCs are it's well connected again with the air, road, rail and water, right? So in this layout, it's a big layout. We do have, strong players are already been occupied, and we have some open lots available. If you are interested, yeah, please do think about this. So these are the main, players currently present in EMC 2. So we have another strategically important EMC, electronic manufacturing cluster, back there in Kadapa, which is YSR EMC. So this is pretty big, and we do have a lot of open spaces available. If you are thinking of setting up your your facilities, electronic facilities, so this is going to be definitely the good EMC where you can think of. This EMC has additional benefits as well. So these are the players currently, prospective players, and also Dixon presence is already there in EMC, YSR EMC. And this is the Sri City. Sri City you already know about, it's a SEZ area for most of the sectors, and technology also one of the factor for them. Okay, another important upcoming park which we are thinking is Kosal Nagaram. So as you all know that semiconductor is the upcoming trend and most required material, right, for the electronics industry. So we are thinking to prepare a dedicated semiconductor park in Kosal Nagaram area, which is very close to city like Chennai. Yep. So this is how we lay out. Yeah, that's all about both IT side and electronic side, including drones. Yeah, please do think about investing in Andhra Pradesh. So as we have good sources and resources available in state of Andhra Pradesh. Thank you all.
Thank you, Kiran. In fact, while the whole world is talking about work from home, Andhra Pradesh is the only state that brought up this concept of work from hometown, where the government facilitated and opened up places where employees can go plug in and then work and perform their duties. The state is, of course, number one in terms of horticulture, but the state is also among the largest producers of cotton. The state of Andhra Pradesh right now is focusing heavily on enhancing the ginning, spinning, and processing units, with raw materials easily accessible and processing units being the focus of the government. The state is going to be the best ideal location for investments in textile and apparels. To further help us understand the opportunities and ecosystem in detail, let me welcome Srimati K. Sunita IAS, Principal Secretary, Handlooms and Textiles, to take us through the wonderful plethora of opportunities that we have in the state of Andhra Pradesh on handlooms and textiles. Let's all welcome her with a big round of applause.
Thank you, Rajiv. Good morning, everybody. Respected Minister for Finance, Bugana Rajendranath Garu, Minister for Higher Education, Adimulap Suresh Garu, our Minister for Industries and Commerce, Gudwada Amarnath Garu, Chairman APIDC, Bandi Nagendra Punyashila Garu, Chairman APIIC Mittu, Govinda Reddy Garu, VCCI Maharashtra Robin Banerjee, Srijana Director Industries, all the distinguished guests here, a very good morning to all of you all. The importance of handlooms and textiles is, I think, mostly felt here in Mumbai because it's a huge textile center, and it's also been elucidated by many poets, from Shakespeare to Erasmus. Everybody has spoken about it. The apparel proclaims the man. This is what Shakespeare had said. Clothes are the man. Johnson has said this, and clothes make the man. Mark Twain had said this. So I don't need to emphasize more on what really is the importance of textiles here. Textiles make up around 2% of the global GDP, and for India also it is 2% of the GDP. The second largest employer after agriculture, and about 4% of the global trade is with textiles. In the next 5 years, India is supposed to export $100 billion worth of textiles. The importance of textiles also can be seen from the fact of employment. Not only is it the second largest employer, if you set up an industry, probably you would have 12 jobs, you would create 12 jobs. If you have done a textile, you would have done 30, but if you've done a garment industry, then you would have done 70 jobs. So it has the highest employment potential. 70% of this employment potential is from women, and that's also very important for us. The textile ecosystem in Andhra, we have around 10 textile parks. About 6 of them are belong to the government, and 4 of them are in the private sector. So if you see we have the ready-made and technical textiles in Visakhapatnam, the weaving, processing, made-ups in Prakasham, and ready-made garments in Anantapur, YSR, Kadapa, that's towards the western side, and we have the weaving and processing and ready-made garments in Chittoor and Nellore. In these parks, we have a lot of land available, and there are 3 types of investments possible. We have the integrated parks at Brandix and then Sri City, where you have everything available from the ETP and the infrastructure in place, and you have to just go and set up this unit. You have small government-owned parks, less than 100 acres, and then you also have a total area available for green sectors to come up, like Loyal and Shahi had come up where there's no textile park. They've done it on their own, and they believe that is probably cheaper, more useful to the local population there, and that kind of this thing also is there. Then there is a huge potential of these housing colonies. Our Chief Minister has constructed huge housing colonies called YSR Jagan colonies. And these colonies also have a lot of potential because we have a lot of places where these are available. Now, some of the marquee investors in the sector are like we have Mohan Spintex for home textiles, Torre for technical textiles, TJ for well-knit products, then Unicharm Precourt for medical textiles, Brandix, Shahi, Texport, Volta for apparel, a lot of yarn and integrated textiles. We have Loyal and Aditya Birla. These people are a testimony to what is happening in Andhra. We have a lot of potential because we have not only the textile area around, but we also have the handlooms. And we have about, in the one district, one product, when we had done this survey, we found that we had 35 handloom products, 35 handicraft products. Our districts were just 13. We were supposed to do 13 then after we bifurcated, it went to 26. But we found that we had more products than what actually our number of districts were. We have around 1,77,447 weavers. And we also have around 14 products which have been taken, given GI product, out of which handlooms are 6. The rest belong to the handicraft, 8 belong to the handicraft sector. Now, in the raw materials, like Rajiv was mentioning, we are very good in the raw material area. We have cotton, we have ginning mills, we have silk, we have jute. You name it, what is necessary for textile sector, we have all of that. And in continuation of what was happening after bifurcation, many believed that Andhra would actually not do so well in the textile unit. But then we found that out of the 18,507 MSME units in the textile sector, 14,971 have come up after 2014. That's a testimony of what textile sector is doing in Andhra. We have around 266 small enterprises, 23 medium enterprises and 145 large and mega units, and 14,865 micro units, and all of them have commenced after the bifurcation, that is after the new Andhra state was made. We have a lot of land available. We have 2,404 acres of land in various private parks, government-owned parks, and land belonging to APIC. We have 7,337 plots. We also work with collaboration with NID, IIHT, NIFT, and so there are a lot of technical personnel available for you all for employment. The NIDs in Vijayawada, the IIHTs in Venkatagiri, that is Nellore, that is border of Tamil Nadu, and we have a lot of training and skill development centers. There's a lot of manpower available, and we also have given a lot of emphasis to the MSME textile units. We have overall 15,013 units, creating an employment of 1,55,000. In terms of the scope of future investments, we have formulated a policy for, we're going to formulate a policy for integrated greening of textile industry, so there's a lot of scope there. We also have cluster development programs, mega cluster development programs, and we have textile parks like Brandix and Sri City and all available. We also have this walk to work concept where all you need to do is go for a plug and play or construct a garment unit within the Jagan colonies, housing colonies for the poor, and you would have ready-made labor, and it would be a real earning in terms of the pay, because I know of many textile parks who pay around 1,000 rupees for transport charges. So you don't have to pay anything for the transport charges. People will just walk into those colonies, and because it is very near their house, the question of dropping out would also be very low. We also want to encourage a lot of export-oriented units, because our share is right now 417 million in a textile sector of 33.3 billion exports. So I think there is a lot of scope. Considering the very good environment available in Andhra, I think there is scope for real good investments here. We also have scope for organic cotton to fabric production. Today in the West, there's a lot of demand for organic products. Our agriculture has put in a lot of emphasis on organic products. So we have around 1/3 of the area in under natural farming. And this is very good for doing organic kind of products here. And whatever we have producing, it's being really bought like hotcakes from the West. We also have, since I've told you that we have so many varieties of handlooms and handicrafts, there's also a provision for having fusion textiles. You could link the organic, you could link the handloom and then create a lot of products. We have very good furnishing also, Dupion silk that is in Kadapa. Then we have the Iskupalli fabrics. NID had done some MOU with us, and then we had created a lot of furnishings based on their students' inputs, and it came out very well. We have a lot of other fabrics like Mangalgiri, Pulagutta and Kalamkari. I know most of you all would be knowing about this. And today there is a chance of work, again combining Kalamkari with our crochet lace in Narsapur, which is quite famous. It employs around 2 lakh employees in Narsapur, and it's quite, it's very good to have a look at that. We also can give you a lot of economies of scale in terms of the wages. Can you go to the wages slide? Wages slide. Yeah, so if you see the wages, we are cheaper than Madhya Pradesh, Gujarat, Karnataka, West Bengal, Maharashtra. I know some gentlemen, you would lose out whatever incentives they've given in terms of the pay of the workers, which is higher. You also would lose out in terms of the logistics, because you have to travel from Madhya Pradesh to your port or to the areas of your destination. Whereas Andhra is like a gateway to the south, and it's also a gateway to the Southeast Asia. So if you're looking at, Japan is one of the good exporters of textiles. So you're looking at traveling to Japan and selling your goods. I think Andhra would definitely be a preferred choice. The distance from Mumbai to Southeast Asia is is much higher. And in terms of logistics also, your containers would be waiting a lot more longer time in Mumbai. You would be saving time by moving to Vizag or Krishnapatnam or Chennai. And that would also help you all. In terms of power also, we are very good. The existing incentives and to be coming incentives, all of them would be having this power subsidies. And water also, we are comparable. And logistics support, already my predecessor explained to you how good our logistics supports are. The ports and the ease of doing business, all this I think is really going to help you to set up good things. Then in the other opportunities, I would also talk about the 15 technical textiles sector. We have 15 textiles already there. Like we have global players like Torre and Grasim, and we have 3 industrial corridors and port-led industrialization. And then the export policy also of AP, we want to double the exports in the next 5 years, and the logistics policy also looks at better supply management chain. The faster container disposable, the distance of the textile parks from the port, if you take, we have in AP about 6 ports which have less than 53 kilometers distance from the textile parks, whereas in Mumbai you have 13 ports, but all of them are quite far, and the least distance is 54 kilometers. So I think in terms of logistics, it makes sense to look at Andhra. Then in terms of, if you're looking at, the social life or the hospital and the education and facilities for your children, I would say that for an industry to really thrive, it's easier to come up near a big city. So we have Vizag, where we have Brandix and other places. So Visakhapatnam, you all know, is quite a cosmopolitan, good life there. And then you have Chennai. We don't mind taking our neighbor cities like Chennai and Bangalore, because we are nearer to them than their own states. So we have around Nellore, Chittoor, which is very near to Chennai. Then you have Anantapur, Kurnool, which is more near to Bangalore than their own districts. So this would ensure that you can, stay in these cities and then have a good social life. Your children could be educated in good institutions. Your parents would have a good hospital facilities, and you would have the pleasure of driving through a very short distance, not getting clogged in the city life of either Mumbai or Bangalore or Chennai, but moving to Andhra. I think that is something which a quality of life will definitely improve, and you would look forward to. then just to give you a small snapshot of two apparel city parks, Brandix. This is a 1,000-acre textile park. 400 acres are still available. There is good connectivity to Gangavaram port. It's very near Visakhapatnam, and there's water and ETP available and power available. And this is a beautiful park. It's green. It's very well built. It employs around 20,000 or 18,000 people. And it's a real worthwhile thing to see for anybody who is interested in having an integrated park. Then we have the Mass Fabric Park. This is also a private one. This is in Nellore. Around 740 acres are available here. Some of it is in the SEZ and some of it is in normal area. We have water supply there, and we have access to Krishnapatnam port, and there is a CETP already there. The success story of our whole textile industry is, I just want to show you one small unit here. It's Tore. Their investment is 1,000 crores. Their site area is 110 acres. They create around 530 employment, and they have started their submission of DPR in 2017. They went on to signing of MOU in 30th August and DPR finalization in September 2017. Site leveling in 2017 September and 12th, and then allotment of tailor-made incentives on 17th October 2017. And their target trial production was 2019 January, and the commercial production was in February 2020. So this speedy implementation by Tore, I think, only adds credence to what Srijana was talking about, single window system and ease of doing business and other kinds of support from the state government. As all of you all would know, that Andhra is one of the rising sunrise states. We are having the highest GSDP, 11.4%. We have abundant raw materials. We are number one in ease of doing business for the last 3 years, not once, not twice, but thrice. And we have 3 industrial corridors, logistics hub, ports. I'm repeating myself just to make an emphasis that this is the best bet you have. And if you can take this, you'll be able to see what an amazing place Andhra Pradesh is and be able to take off the advantages we give you. I invite all of you all to come to the Vizag Summit, Global Investment Summit on 3rd and 4th. Many of the industrial people here, I don't know how many of you all from textiles, but not any of them have asked for a one-to-one discussion on this. But I can promise you that it will be worth it. You will not find a better destination for textiles other than Andhra. Thank you.
Thank you very much, ma'am, for striking chords emotionally too and inviting all of them to the Global Investor Summit at Visakhapatnam. For those who haven't yet registered for it, please visit www.advantageap.in where you can register for yourself. Also, if some of you are from the textiles and industry and investments, ma'am would be available for B2G meetings right after lunch. Please get in touch with us. Today, we have midst of us an inspiring personality who rose from a salary of 500 to now an entrepreneur who is providing livelihood to 5,000 families. We have none other than Shri Mettu Govinda Reddy Garu, Chairman APIIC amongst us, and who would share and talk about how his entrepreneurial journey has been in the state of Andhra Pradesh. Let's all welcome him with a big round of applause.
सबको नमस्कार। मैं हिंदी में बोलना चाहता हूँ। स्टेज पर बैठा हुआ हमारा ऑनरेबल मिनिस्टर्स बुग्गना राजेंद्रनाथ जी, आदिमूलप सुरेश जी, गुड़ीवाड़ा अमरनाथ जी, बनर्जी जी, पुण्यशीला जी, सुनीता जी, हमारा MD सृजना जी और सामने बैठे हुआ उद्योगपतियों को मेरा नमस्कार, प्रणाम। उन्हें बताया था मेरा बारे में थोड़ा बहुत उसके बारे में बोलना पड़ता है। मैं भी आफ्टर मैं 18 years इंटर 12th होने के बाद ये कंपनी में ज्वाइन किया, मारवाड़ी कंपनी में, अपॉइंटेड एज ए बॉय. My salary was just 50 rupees per month. Same that company, I worked 20 years. Same one company. In 88, I am the executive director of that company. I am that time I got 20,000 rupees salary. I am the first person in Marwadi company check signature. First person. अभी आप लोगों के लिए है ना ज़्यादा बोलने की ज़रूरत नहीं है. अभी मेरा पूरा कंपनी है ना, पॉलिटिक्स आने के पहले पूरा मेरा फ्रेंड्स है, जैन और मारवाड़ी सिंधी, वो दूसरा कोई संबंध ही नहीं था मेरे को. पॉलिटिक्स में आने के बाद सभी ये लोगों का दोस्ती है. अभी सब लोग हमारा भूतपूर्व प्रधानमंत्री जी लाल बहादुर शास्त्री को सभी लोग जानते हैं, मत जानते हैं ना. उसका दो लोग जय जवान तो दान करेगा, फूट देगा. बाद में शॉर्ट टाइम में इंडस्ट्री हमारा कंट्री इतना डेवलप हो गया ना, उसके लिए मेन कारण कौन है? हार्ट ऑफ द मैन कौन सा है? आप लोग हैं. विदाउट इंडस्ट्रीज, विदाउट बिजनेसमैन कुछ भी नहीं होता है. जो भी है ना, गाड़ी अच्छा गाड़ी है, उसमें पेट्रोल नहीं है, डीजल नहीं, तो क्या गाड़ी चलता है? उसके लिए फ्यूल कौन है? बिजनेसमैन. सही कि नहीं? इसलिए पहले फूड के बारे में 1966 में मोतीलाल लाल बहादुर शास्त्री ने कहा था. उस टाइम बहुत इंडिया का पोजीशन बहुत ख़राब था. अभी एक साइड में उसी टाइम चाइना में वॉर में हमारा दुनिया बुरी तरह से हार गए थे इंडिया. बाद में पाकिस्तान में वॉर चला. उस टाइम खाने के लिए नहीं था. उस टाइम बोला जय जवान जय किसान. उस टाइम खाने के लिए नहीं था. वीकली वंस सैटरडे संडे मंडे माल में एक दिन होटल से बंद होते थे, एक दिन उपवास रखने के लिए. इतना बुरी पोजीशन में इंडिया का हालत था. उसके बाद 10-15 साल में ग्रीन रेवोल्यूशन तो हरित विप्लव बोलता ना. उसके बाद मैं भी एग्रीकल्चर फैमिली में, पहले अनाज होते थे कितना, एकड़ में 3-4 क्विंटल होते थे. टेक्नोलॉजी बढ़ने के बाद, मैकेनाइजेशन होने के बाद, लेटेस्ट टेक्नोलॉजी आने कितना होता है? 5 क्विंटल का 50 क्विंटल क्रॉप निकल रहे. बोल तो अपने इंडिया में कोई फ्रूट ग्रेन्स का तकलीफ नहीं है. अभी हम दूसरों देशों को दे रहे हैं, हम कितना सरप्लस होके परसों ये सब बहुत कंट्री को और चावल और गेहूँ एक्सपोर्ट करे. बोल तो एक रेवोल्यूशन आया ना, एग्रीकल्चर रेवोल्यूशन. उसके बाद इंडस्ट्री है. 50 क्विंटल था. और अम्बेस्टर थे. अभी बल्लारी से बेंगलुरु जाना बोल तो 8 आवर जर्नी ना, 8 आवर जर्नी लगता थे. अभी 3.5 घंटे में पहुँचते हैं. ये सब किस लिए है? सभी टेक्नोलॉजी और इंडस्ट्रियल रेवोल्यूशन से पूरा इसमें इम्प्रूव हो गया. परसों है ना बेंगलुरु में एयर शो हो गया. 7 तारीख को कितना 4-5 दिन पे लास्ट वीक है ना, बेंगलुरु में एयर शो था. पहले एयर शो होता था पूरा कंट्रीज ऑल ओवर वर्ल्ड है ना, हमारा वेपन्स बेचने के लिए आ रहे थे. कितना वो स्टॉल लगा के हमारा माल ले करके. अभी ये बार ऐसे नहीं है. कितना हमारा माल, हमारा आइटम्स लेने के लिए 95 कंट्री से इंडिया आया ना. 95 कंट्री से इंडिया से वेपन्स लेने के लिए आया. पहले कैसा क्या पसंद था? एक बुलेट भी इंडिया में नहीं बनते थे. आत्मनिर्भर होने के बाद पूरा इंडिया में सेल्फ डिफेंस है ना, पूरा आइटम्स इंडिया में. गाड़ी नहीं थे, कार नहीं मिलते थे. एक टेलीफोन के लिए 2-2 साल क्यों लगता? एक गैस होना बोलता, MP का रिकमेंडेशन होना पड़ता. इतना एक गैस के लिए एक MP का रिकमेंडेशन होना पड़ता था, ऐसा प्रॉब्लम था, ऐसा प्रॉब्लम सॉल्व हो गया। उसके लिए मेन कारण क्या है, आपका इंडस्ट्रियल रेवोल्यूशन, टेक्नोलॉजी बनने के बाद बहुत हमारा देश बहुत आगे बढ़ रहा है, इसलिए आपका योगदान ना इंडिया डेवलपमेंट के लिए बिजनेसमैन का, इंडस्ट्रियलिस्ट का बहुत बड़ा योगदान है। पहले इंडिया में टैक्स नहीं मिलते थे बराबर गवर्नमेंट को, अब मालूम है ना, पेपर में रेडी लिख रहा है मंथली 1,50,000 करोड़, सालिना 18 लाख करोड़ ओनली GST से मिल रहा है। कल ये पेपर में देखा मैं, ऐसे ही इनकम टैक्स है ना, पहले 10 साल पहले 1 लाख 1.5 लाख करोड़ इतने हो रहे थे, ये साल में 7 लाख करोड़ इनकम टैक्स लोग भर रहे हैं। कौन भर रहा है पैसा? आप ही लोग है ना, मैं भी बिजनेसमैन, हम लोग पूरा भर रहे हैं ना। पहले इंडस्ट्री लगने के बहुत तकलीफ होते थे, मैं भी 30 साल पहले बिजनेस स्टार्ट किया, ये बैंक में लोन नहीं मिलते थे। आप भी सब लोग बहुत गुंडा राज क्या बोलते हो उसको, कौन सा राज बोलते थे, वो आगे सेल टैक्स वाला, वो इंडस्ट्री सब भी हर तरफ से प्रॉब्लम, एक इंडस्ट्री बहुत तकलीफ थे। अभी कोई तकलीफ नहीं है, इंडस्ट्री बहुत इजी हो गए ना बनाने के लिए, बहुत इजी है। इसलिए हम क्या बोलते ना, हमारा आंध्र प्रदेश है ना, अभी इंडिया में हर जगह पे इंडस्ट्री डेवलपमेंट हो रहा है, हमारा बहुत डेवलपमेंट है। अभी दुनिया में हमारा पोजीशन था, पहले 11 पोजीशन था, 11 में 6 में आ गया, 6 से 5 में आया डेवलपमेंट में, बाद में 25 में 4th प्लेस, 2025 में 27 में 3rd प्लेस में आने वाला है। उसका सबका आपका मेहनत का, आपका इंडस्ट्री डेवलपमेंट से इस पूरा काम हो रहा है, पूरा आपका योगदान बहुत देश के लिए महत्वपूर्ण है। इसके लिए आप लोग है ना, अभी इंडस्ट्रियल अभी जो भी बिजनेसमैन क्या देखता है, बिजनेस डालना बोलते क्या बोलता है, फिर उसको बना लैंड होना सस्ता में, 24 आवर्स पानी होना, 24 आवर्स बिजली होना है, पानी होना है, इतना इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर होना है, रेल कनेक्टिविटी होना है, इतना नेशनल हाईवेज होना है, पोर्ट, एयरपोर्ट, सभी इतना आइटम्स होने से क्या होता है, जो सस्ता मिलता है। बिजनेसमैन बोलते क्या है, पैसा 10 रुपये लगा के 100 रुपये लगे तो 10 रुपये तो प्रॉफिट होना ना। कोई बिजनेसमैन क्या होता है, प्रॉफिट आने पर ही इन्वेस्टमेंट करेगा, नहीं तो थोड़ी करेगा ना, प्रॉफिट आने से करेगा। इसलिए सब फैसिलिटी के लिए क्या होना, हमारे आंध्र में 50,000 एकड़ में APSC चेयरमैन है, बोलते हो मेरा ड्यूटी है, वो मिनिस्टर लोग ऑर्डर देने से हम लैंड अलॉटमेंट करके देने वाले हम ना, जो भी लैंड अलॉट करना है, रोड्स बनाना है, बिजली देना है, पानी देना हमारा ड्यूटी है। इसलिए इतना हमारा 50,000 एकड़ लैंड है, 24 आवर्स करंट है, पानी का कोई प्रॉब्लम, हर फैसिलिटी हमारे पास है। मैं भी पहले मेरे पास 5,000 आदमी काम कर रहा है अभी आजकल। मैं चेयरमैन था, पहले हमारा MD था, दूसरा आदमी था, ट्रांसफ़र हो गया। बाद में हमारा मैडम जी है ना, हमारा MD का आके 2 महीना हो गया। मैं मैडम से पूछा, भाई मैं ना 5,000 आदमी मेरे पास काम कर रहा है, मेरा बिजनेस अच्छा है, अच्छा प्रॉफिट में काम चल रहा है, तुम लोग, मेरा इंटेंशन है मिनिमम मेरा इधर 25,000 आदमी के काम देने करे, तो आप कोऑपरेशन करने से हम इधर आके रेगुलर ड्यूटी पे आएगा, नहीं तो बोर्ड मीटिंग में आके जाए करके बोला। मैडम ने इमीडिएट क्या बोला, जो भी आपका